So the use of rhyme in this book and the use of a poem, which is the central thread through the book, really can help to build a child's auditory memory, because as the poem grows through the book, you can ask your child to try to recall the early bits of the poem and to fill in the gaps, because the poem repeats and builds, repeats and builds, repeats and builds. It allows the child to hear the same lines repeatedly throughout the book, accompanied by very engaging illustrations which will really keep the child focused. And as the child hears the same opening lines of the poem as it is repeated and builds, the child can start to fill in the lines before you actually say them. So for example, we're talking about Mr. Mellow who likes yellow. His clothes are all yellow, but his backpack is black. And then we learn a little bit more about Mr. Mellow, and as the more we learn, the more the poem grows. So I like Mr. Mellow, his clothes are all yellow, but his backpack is black. He owns a white kite that he flies at night. So now we build, and as we learn more and more about Mr. Mellow, and the illustrations too are building and building and becoming more and more colourful. Each time we introduce a new colour in the book, there's a new colour introduced in the illustrations, and the illustrations are becoming more and more fanciful. And now we've got more and more animals coming in as well. So each section of the book introduces a new colour, some new animals, until eventually we've got this rather gorgeous grey stingray that flies in the sky. And eventually we get to the full poem right at the end of the book. I like Mr. Mellow, his clothes are all yellow, but his backpack is black. He owns a white kite that he flies at night, balancing on his bed, which is rich ruby red. His pet, Lily the skink, is pretty and pink. Pip the parrot really likes purple. Orange is prized by the turquoise turtle. Stacy the stingray is silvery grey. The flying ant queen is gorgeous and green. The owl likes brown of every shade and hue, and he likes his friend, the blue kangaroo too.